your boy, Michael Trill Teo, and I'm here with the Ghetto Flower, Fresh Flowers Podcast. You already know what it is. Got my main man and co-host Q in the building. What's good, broski?
What's going on? Once again, bro, we at the Foxhole. Got a very special guest, bro. I'm excited.
Super excited. You already know what it is. I ain't even got to do too much talking. I'm going to just hand it over. We got the one and only Senite in the building.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
How's everything been?
Man, life is good. Just been doing all these shows, getting in people's faces, trying to lock into this album, but
Okay.
just been running around. For
Album.
real.
I feel you.
Okay.
Yeah. And album, that's crazy.
Okay.
But you talk about shows, and this is what I kind of wanted to start with. The first time I seen you perform, it was at Talia Hall.
Okay. Oh
And
yeah.
we're talking about, it was
Toby Lou.
Matt Muse, Toby Lou, Shawnee Dez. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, like you're definitely a showsman. Like you know how to work a crowd and you know how to, be a comedian at sometimes too.
Yeah.
And like that's why I definitely noticed. So when we were planning our show, I told Taylor, I was like, we definitely need somebody to close the show out. And and I brought up your name, and then we got in contact with you, and we were able to.
You killed it, by the way.
Exactly,
Appreciate
killed
it.
it, and
Appreciate
we're
it.
able to do business. So we just want to give you your flowers first before we start this, and just appreciate you
Thank you.
for first off being a part of our show, because that was our first show. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That was.
Yep,
Yeah.
first ever show. So we appreciate you for that. But I wanted to open up about how does it feel to being highly booked as an artist? You know what I'm saying?
How does it feel? It feels like it feels good to be recognized.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good to know that people see the value of my performances.
Right.
Because it's one thing to just like my music, but it's another thing to like me. And when you want me in a space, when you want me on a stage, you want the whole package.
Right. Exactly.
You want Senite's personality, you want Senite's jokes, you want Senite's music, you want Senite's beats, you want Senite's playing, whatever. And it feels good in that way. It's of course exhausting, but it's also this is what I've dreamed of my entire life, to be doing shows, to go from one city to one side of the city to another side of the city and do completely opposite types of shows, or be on lineups with people I grew up listening to, or be on lineups with my brothers or my sisters and stuff like that. It feels really good when people constantly are able to be like you just said, I experienced one of your shows and I want you to be a part of this next one.
Mm-hmm.
That's you better say that. That's how I know I did what I did.
Yeah.
And it feels good. It feels good that people see the value of how much I value those experiences and stuff. That feels very satisfying.
Yeah, and you've done so many shows just this summer. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
God, yeah.
You've done so many shows.
Yeah.
And that was one thing I was telling Taylor. I was all I hopefully she agrees.
Are we going to be able to get her?
No.
Are we going to be
That's
able
what
to
I'm
get her?
saying.
I
You know
can't
what I'm
believe
saying?
that. Yeah.
And so I want to ask how do you know when to say no to something, or do you say no to something?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. Okay, you know what? I'm going to give you a perfect example. When y'all hit me up, 2 other people hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
So it was okay. Now it goes down to, there's always the first question. At the end of the day, as much as, this is always something I've wanted to do, I'm a valuable artist.
Right.
So first question I ask, what's the budget? That's just how
Easy.
it goes. That's artist standard.
Yep.
And for me, if it's say it's a lower budget show, I'm how valuable is the experience? Or how valuable are these people that are booking? Or how valuable is the crowd that's going to be there? Or who do I know that's going to be experiencing this? And then there's comparing all of those things, right? So when y'all hit me up, 2 other people hit me up. It was the budget, this for that. And then it was do I even like these other people? Do I even know these people? And then there's I love the Ghetto Flower. Y'all are the guys. That's
100.
what it is. And then it's y'all are black. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually important because as somebody that, my parents are Eritrean immigrants. I understand blackness in America, but I also understand coming from my culture, we're constantly in spaces where we have to decide being black or understanding blackness in a space, but it's also do I want to be represented by white people, or if I have the option, will I share it with my fellow brothers and sisters? You know what I'm saying? But even that, I was also like, this would be such a fun experience. I remember y'all was like telling me who else would be on the lineup. Like SARS, we literally dropped the album like what, like a week before the show or something like that. Like on the album,
Right, yeah,
like I was
right,
like,
week
that's
before.
literally gang. Third was on there. I've known Third for I don't know how many years, but like all of those things, I'm like, yeah, this is like no, not even. I didn't even battle it for that long. I was like, yeah, let's get it, let's do it. But when I say no, it's usually just like, not gonna lie, if you white, like that's another battle. As much as that sounds like cliche or even like old or tired, it's also like, are you trying to represent me when I'm doing this performance? Are you trying to say, oh, we have a black woman on our lineup? Like, is this how we're gonna be able to do whatever? And as a woman in the industry, there's already that factor. Being black in the industry, of course, that's a whole other thing. But being a black woman in the industry that's a singer and a rapper, like there's a whole different battle where I have to understand like the scale of what I'm doing and who I'm sharing it with, or like who's representing me and how are they gonna like move forward in doing that. Are they finna throw a camera in my face all day and try to get jokes out of me, or like are they finna be like, oh yeah, we've been really wanting to be a part of this a part of her journey, so we're trying to attach ourselves now, like you know what I'm, you know, like trying to be strategic and calculated, but it's just corny, and I'm like, nah, like that's lame. I like what the Ghetto Flowers doing. I'm finna do what I want to do, but you know that's. Yeah, I hope that answered the question. That was really dense, but like,
perfect,
you know what I'm
perfect,
saying?
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. And I kind of wanted to open up a little bit more about what you were saying, because I feel like when we started out, I had a problem with like people like realizing, oh, like you're black, like, and you know, if they're black too, they're like, oh, you're black, so that means you're just a homie. You know what I'm saying?
Not taking us seriously.
They don't take us serious.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty
working.
sure if I was a different color, you would think that I'm more
You're
of a
locked
businessman, or I'm more of a, you know what I'm saying? But
that's real.
you know, and I feel like that's what I had, you know, trouble with when we first started doing things. But, you know, for people like you and everybody else that rocks with us, you know what I'm saying? That means so much, because y'all really treat us like, you know, how we supposed to be treated, you know what I'm saying? You know, and that's for real what it's all about. But I definitely wanted to segue into definitely the first time I actually heard your music. So I think it was for real, like on some random shit, probably like some Twitter, like probably randomly on Twitter or something, and like it was the hallway. So when I seen that, I'm a cover art person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that cover art was dope. So like, take me through that process of first dropping the hallway.
Okay, so at that point, I had 2 projects before that. I was trying to do this series with. It was like the home series, like the guest room, the living room, and then I was just gonna have the final album, which was in my room. And then I was in this like limbo after the guest room dropped and after the living room dropped. Shit blew up on TikTok. I'm like, damn, everybody blowing up my DM talking about more songs like Medicated, more songs. I'm like, get out my DM, like y'all fucking up my flow. But because of that, I was in this like weird creating space where I'm like, damn, I'm trying to lock into this album, but people from Brazil are hitting me up and are like, we want more. Like, you know, I'm getting, like, yo, I'm trying to make a beat. Like, damn. But even that, I was like, okay, how can I do this? And I called my friend Abel. He's from Texas. He's like a rapper homie of mine. And I was like, bro, I don't know what to do. And he was like, what if you created like some type of small project that was like an entrance into the final album? And I think Drake dropped some small project, like an EP or something like that. And it was like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even remember what he was like referencing. But Drake dropped like a 4-song EP or something. Don't remember what it was, but he was like, what if you did something like that where it was like a segue or like a hallway? And I was like, wait, hold on. And he was like, a segue or like a hallway to the room, the album. And I was like, damn, bro, what the fuck? And literally,
hard.
bro, and at that time, I'm saying all this while I was like in a really fucked up like situation with this producer, and I was like, I'm understanding what being a woman in the industry is, and I can't create with freedom and whatever. So I was like, fuck it, I'm finna lock in. I met my friend Nate. I had all these beats in like this portal, and I was like, how can I figure out a way that's like emotionally guiding it into the album, where it's like talking about things of like love and loss and grief and all that stuff. And I was like, how can I talk about what I'm dealing with now? Keep it like at a point where people could resonate, and then give enough momentum where people could just stay cool with that while I lock into the album.
I feel you.
Yeah, and then I did it. It was at my mama's house. Her hallway was like really eerie. It was old as hell. It was like from the 70s. I was like, this is fire. I hit up my friend Shay from Minnesota. She came to Chicago, shot it. We did like a bunch of other shit during this shoot. She shot that. We were like, yeah, that's the one. Like 2 weeks later, finished the 4 songs or 5, whatever. And I was like, every song on this could go wherever it want to go. And then Nate mixed it and mastered it, and then we dropped it. And then after that, I had not stopped booking shows. Like I was like, damn, yeah. But that was like
crazy.
The project of that really kicked shit off for me for sure.
I feel you. So the talk, it was TikTok that Medicated got teed up on.
Yes, bro.
That's crazy.
Yes,
Is that a
bro.
surprise to you?
Yes, bro. Yes.
So what was the
Bro.
video? Was it like
Oh my God.
you just
like,
singing the song or something?
No, like, bro, first off, to me, I sometimes be thinking like promoting your music on TikTok is corny sometimes.
Right,
like,
true,
bro, what are you doing singing along to your lyrics,
yeah,
posting this
yeah,
video?
true.
Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, damn, bro, like, I'm not trying to do that. So I did not post. At first, I was like, let me see. Was not getting nothing. Nothing was jumping. My homie Caroline, she went to high school with me. Super cute little girl. Love her. She was blown up on TikTok for like talking about, you know, her life and whatever. And she like hit 1 million followers or something like that. She had texted me when I had dropped my project. Before I dropped it was like my second project, The Living Room. And she was like, yeah, bro, I really love this project. Woo woo. And she was like, let me know if you ever need me to post anything. I was like, hell no. Like, don't ever do that shit. Because that just looks so corny. Like, it's like, damn, like, motherfuckers gonna know we went to high school together and whatever. Yeah. And then I like commented on one of her videos. And she like, you know, like how on TikTok you could respond to a comment. Mm-hmm. And she was like, y'all, let me tell you about Senite. In high school, and she started gassing me, like and rightfully so, shit, I was locked in. She was like, she used to blah, 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 and then my song was playing in the background, but it was on, like, low volume, and that got, like, 1 million views. That was okay, right? Somebody in Brazil want to dye her hair bright pink. She's singing along to Medicated, and she's dyeing her hair bright pink. She's dyeing her hair. She don't even speak English, bro. Like, she literally was Google translating to DM me, bro. Like, she do not speak English. She's singing along to Medicated. That shit got 8 million views in 2 days.
Oh, my God.
And then I think right now it's at, like, 22 mil.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Crazy. Literally, I will never forget the day.
Shit.
It was my birthday's on the 22nd of March, right? She posted it on the 12th. By my birthday, I had, like, 50,000 streams like added to the song. It was like 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
And she found out about that song from your friend's video.
Through that video.
Holy cow.
Crazy. And then she had this whole Brazilian group audience. They was all in my DM Google translating more songs like Medicated. I'm like, what the fuck? And you know, like on your shit, it'll say like top listeners and stuff. It was like Brazil. Then it was like Turkey. I was like, who the fuck in Turkey is listening to this
Hey,
shit?
they getting down to that
Bro,
shit.
they fucking with this shit. And they like,
shit.
come to Europe. I'm like, oh shit. And then literally dropped the hallway. And then that was when Chicago was like, oh shit, who's this little girl? And then that was what it was.
Did you think that song was gonna blow up like that?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When I made it, I was like, this could be a hit or this no one will ever hear it. I was like, because that song is for like, I made it in the closet of my mama's house. I was like, whoever hear it. I was like, they finna be high, fried, drinking, whatever the fuck. I was like, they don't like it or they not finna hear it at all. Like, but yeah, I mean,
That's
it was
beautiful. That's beautiful.
I was blessed for that, for sure.
So out of all the tracks on your Hallway EP, like which one resonates with you the most? Because yeah, there's a lot of deep songs on there.
Yeah, there's a lot. Seeing Red, I really liked a lot. Because it was like about like being, this sounds so R&B. It was about being stood up, like all that bullshit. But really, I'm an Aries, so I wanted to make something that was about like the color red. And when I made it, it was just about like kind of working towards something and then no one will ever meet you there type shit. And then there was another song called How Would I Know on there that I like produced and wrote and sang. But that one was like current to my life. It was like about a breakup and it was like really difficult because I didn't know how to like move with it. It was just confusing. I didn't really understand. And then Billionaire, as much as that shit is like a banger or whatever the fuck, like Billionaire was the most like true to me. It was about like constantly like working towards like giving love and then never ever being met with the same, and like constantly being like, damn, bro, can you please step up? And then niggas just would never do that. And it was like, that applied to everything. Musically, that applied to my personal life, romantic life, whatever. But that song, like, as much as it's like a surface level song, like as you hear it, it's actually like, that song was really easy for me to write because it was so true to how I felt, for real. But yeah, and then Hello High was like, oh, I like a person. Yeah. Like, it was like whatever.
Are you taking like is all your music taken just from personal, like
Hell
personal
yeah.
things in life? Really?
Hell yeah. Actually, you know what? The second project, The Living Room, like not a lot of people hear that one. That one was like the least like hard, like it didn't take so much from me. I think it was my first beat pack I ever got sent. I rapped on every single beat that the person said, and I was like, here's the album. I was like, here's the project. My excited look, oh my God. But I mean, like, you know, that one was like the least that was like, oh, I really want to put my heart on paper. Like that one was very just like, oh, this is how I feel. A, B, C, D, E, like, and then that was it. But, you know, every song is about personal, for sure. And sometimes I be playing around like, oh, tell me about something you're going through and let me write about it or some shit. But most of those don't really touch anything. But, yeah, they're all personal, for sure.
I feel you. And I want to ask this question again. We asked this in the last podcast, but, like, when do you know a song is good? Because I do like a lot of your loose singles. I really like a lot of your loose singles. So, like, how do you know when a song is good? Because I feel like when people drop loosies, I feel like they need to slap.
For
You know?
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Ooh. Personally, everything I make is a banger. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna stop.
100.
But I'm just playing. But I think like everything is sonic. As I grew up doing music, I went to music school for like 14 years, did piano, did guitar, did violin for like few years. Was terrible at it. They told me to quit, and then that was when I changed. And then I did voice, like I studied voice. So all of those things played a part to how I like listen to music. And now, as somebody that like feels more comfortable in every aspect of music that I do, like it comes from like lyrics, then it goes into like arrangement, whether it's like when does the beat come in, what type of drums are you putting on there, is there going to be a melodic instrument on there, and what is it, is a synth fire, like, or is it a whiny ass synth that's playing in the back of your ear, or is there a hook, is there something that's going to keep it in my head for a long time? Like those all play a part. But I feel like once your head moves a certain way at a song, and if you have to close your eyes and do the little stank face, that's when you know it's good. Like, for sure.
Yeah, you like,
You're like,
okay.
oh, shit, okay, what the fuck? Like, for real. But I think that to me tells you if it's good, for sure. For sure.
Has there ever been like a song that you made that maybe like right after you made it, you thought it was good, but then maybe after time passed, you're like, nah, I might scrap this?
For sure.
Are you that critical of yourself in your art?
Hell yeah. If you don't play one song that's out in front of me, I'm gonna be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, because for me, I'm like, as I'm growing as an artist, I find more flaws in my past self. I'm like, damn, motherfucker, you didn't see that line was corny? Like, damn. Like, and you can't go back. It's already gone. But, or like, because I have different avenues of my artistry, like, I hear different flaws and different parts of it. And then I'm like, damn, I heard this way too many times. Or even making a beat now, like, if I hear it for too long, I'm so bad at drums. Everybody knows that. Every single producer I've ever worked with knows I'm terrible at drums. But if I hear a song too many times, I'm like, this shit is terrible, bro. Like, delete the whole thing. Like, but it is critical. Like, but that's just what comes with being an artist. Like, you have to find flaws. And not everything you do is perfect. I mean, if you're that lax, for sure, go for it. Yeah. But like, you have to have some type of criticism. If it's not from you, or if it's from other people, it's whatever. But criticism has to be like in some way implemented into your music. That's the only way people will receive it well. You know what I'm saying?
It's like get better,
And yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I did not know you're well versed in all those instruments. When you pull out the guitar, I was like,
Yeah.
holy
Yeah,
shit, she gonna do this by
for real.
herself.
No cap.
They don't
Came out there by herself,
know.
like, damn.
They think I just be cracking jokes. They don't know,
You can
bro.
do that too.
I could do that. Y'all could have hired me as a comedian.
That's what I'm
Shit.
saying. I'm like,
Shit.
damn. So I'm like, okay. So now hearing that, you're so musically inclined, I'm like, oh shit. So I peeped that you went to the Grammys.
Yes, I did.
How was that? How did that go?
That was really cool. Sorry, that was really cool. I went with this group, Third Coast Percussion. They're like this really insane percussion group. They were nominated for like 3 Grammys.
Oh, geez.
And they were a part of my music school life, and they had won, like, remember that Chicago Reader thing? It was
Yeah.
they won some type of best percussion something or whatever.
Okay.
Which is so ironic because I'm so bad at drums, but they're all just drums. But I went with them. That was like the craziest experience of my life. Like, I mean, I had some crazier experiences, but it was cool. Like, I saw my Chicago homies over there. Elton was there. Andrew Barber was there. So that was really cool. I was like, oh yeah, hey y'all.
We at the Grammys.
We at the Grammys. Like, fuck. We all waiting in line for popcorn and shit. Like, fuck. But it was a cool experience. It was like, it was super real, because it was like, damn, I'm finna be right over there.
Yeah, that's how I was
Literally right there. It was like a beautiful manifesting experience for sure.
And that's what I was about to bring up. Like, when you see that,
Yeah.
do you think it's tangible when you see something like that?
For sure. I mean, even seeing the people that's there, I'm like, some it's such an interesting thing being an artist because you understand the work that you have to put in to get there. But then seeing, like, all they did was stay consistent.
Yeah.
All they did was show good in front of people's faces. All they did was continue dropping. All they did was continue rapping in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even seeing them winning the awards, like, some of them were surprised, some of them were not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all like a perfect experiment. I'm like, damn, I'm finna see their reaction, or I'm finna see the producer reaction, because nobody fucking talk about the producer on this album, because what the fuck, because the crazy production on this album, but the singer, whatever. But all of it is like consistency. They all just stayed consistent. I'm like, okay, so this is good. Like, I mean, shit, everybody was so yippee woo woo when I went to the Grammys. I was like, why y'all surprised?
It's supposed to happen. This how it's supposed
Stay
to be.
cool. Like, we knew we was finna get here.
Right.
But I mean, and then we know we finna get there, because that's what we working towards. That's what I'm working towards.
Right.
There's a reason I'm
Yeah.
sitting here. There's a reason why we're familiar with each other, because I'm staying consistent. I'm trying to make sure that other people understand these things. Not everybody knows I play an instrument. Not everybody knows I went to music school for so much of my life. Like, a lot of people don't know these things, but that's a matter of consistency. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But it's tangible for sure.
And I feel like those experiences are really, like, it changes an artist's life. And this is the question I'm about to ask, like, how do you stay on course? Because for me, stuff like that is how you stay on course.
Yeah.
Like, even recognition, like certain recognition, even if, artists you always look up to, show you love. Like, it's certain things like that, that for me, that makes me stay on course. So, like, how do
Right.
you stay on course? Like,
In terms of like being inspired.
yeah, being inspired with your music. Yeah, continuously pursuing music.
It's funny. Like, my mom is literally like, she's straight up like, she came from Eritrea. She don't understand what the fuck I'm doing. She's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at a show. I'm finna get on stage. She's like, can you send me the damn verse from the Eritrean Bible? I'm like, bro, like, I'm finna get on stage. And she's like, oh, can you finish that? So, like, she was like, can you cancel it? Are you crazy?
Right.
Like, or like, I pulled up late to something because I was like, I'm at the studio. She was like, an apartment? I was like, bro, like a recording studio.
Right.
And she's like, you still singing? I'm like, bro, like, you put me in music school to sing. Like, this shit is so funny. And like, that's honestly like the inspiration. Like, I'm like, watch when I pay off your house, and then you gonna stop talking. Bro, I bought her this $400 rug, and she thought I stole it. I'm like, do you see how small I am? You think I'm stealing this gigantic ass rug? And I was like, I told you I've been getting it from making music. She's like, how She like laughed like.
I'm telling you, when she see you on the TV, that's when she gonna be like, oh.
No, bro, she
that's
lying.
when-
I know
She's not
her.
gonna believe it.
No, it won't even take that. I'm like, when I sell out United Center, she still won't believe it. Like, she's just such a like paranoid person.
She's like a mom.
Yeah, she's like, watch out. Like, you don't know what people gonna do. I'm like, they buying the ticket to get in here. Like, what are you talking about? But that's the inspiration. Like, you know, my mom came here with my mom and my dad came here, and they like had no idea what America was, and like for me to be living this completely different idea of success, like that's the inspiration to be like, okay, I'm finna show you, like, when you came here and now I was born here and I was able to do whatever I wanted to do. Like, no, I'm not finna be a doctor, but best believe I'll get as much money as that doctor do. You know what I'm saying?
Real,
like,
for real.
That's the inspiration for real.
No, that's 100. And like, I want to bring up, you have really good features. You know, the songs that you're featured on are really good.
Thank you very much.
So I want to bring up, like, who do you like really like rock with as far as like musicians? Who do you like to collab with? You know, who do you like to really get music off with? Because one person I wrote down was Brooklyn Sky.
Oh, that's my
Like
girl.
that's one of my. That's like, I just heard her music. I think I started hearing her music last year, and I'm all like, yo,
yeah, no,
this is crazy.
for sure. Brooklyn is like truly my girl. Like, me and Brooklyn have been playing together since my first like bigger show. Like, she's been like with me for some years now. But like, even Brooklyn and I, we haven't even recorded together. Like, we just do shows together.
Yeah, just homies in this
yeah,
shit.
that's literally my dog. But like, she over here traveling the world right now.
Right,
She's occupied. But with the people, with my favorite collaborators, like, they usually just my dogs. Like, they usually my homies. Like, KO and Asar have this joke where they were like, "Oh, we got her before she charged us." I'm like, shut your ass up.
You done blown up.
No, for real. Even what's funny is KO.
That's
like,
a good one.
KO literally, he tweeted, "I need a female artist on the song," and Alejandro like did whatever, tweeted back, whatever fuck, or X'd back.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
No, that's dead. But he tweeted back. He was like, "Oh, lock in with Senite," and then that was the first time I met KO, and he was like, what would you be able to do on this?" I was like, "Just get me in the booth." Ro recorded me. Ro I know from like crossing paths, and then literally went in and then did what I did, and then went out, and then that was a song. And like, that was like, that still is one of my favorite songs. Like, that's just,
that's crazy. Me and Melissa be playing that shit in the crib.
No way.
We was just playing we was just playing it the other day, like, for real.
That was that was it. That was literally that and that. That was the first time I met, like, that's literally my dog now. Like, we just had a conversations about how, like, rappers are who gangsters want to be and women want to be with, you know. But like, I was like, yeah. And then me and him was talking, and I was like, I am the rapper, and I'm the woman, and I'm the gangster. Like, you know,
All three of them.
he was like, no bat. And I was like, yeah, bro. And he was like, I'm not drunk. And I was like, me neither. And I was like, we sober saying this shit. But like, I love just collaborating with my dogs. Like, and it's cool because they appreciate my versatility. Like, I'm like, what you want, like an 8-bar rap, or you want me to sing? And he was like, whatever. Like, and then
We can do it all.
I'll sap shit. I'll do both.
Give you the flows.
But, yeah.
You're on everything nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
No, for real, because that KO album, man, I'm telling you, that
So
shit
hard.
was
So hard. Even
like, that
Asar's
shit-
album.
Asar's album,
Hard.
yeah. Asar shit, Asar shit was crazy too.
Yeah.
you tapped in with High Life and the Fortune House Gang.
Yeah, all
and
of them. Literally everybody. I got a song with whoever you could think of. I probably got a song with. Probably finna be out. I was like, yeah, y'all finna fill up my portfolio this year before I drop my album. Y'all
Go on your feature
cool.
run.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so excited. I was gonna just expose the whole list of people I have that in my pocket, but like, I'm excited for people to hear the stuff I've been working on with like people in Chicago, people outside of Chicago. Like, it feels really cool to be collaborating with these people for sure.
I love that because you get everything knocked out, and then when it's your time around, you're like, okay, it's
people
time to
already-
collect.
Remember that time
It's
I
time
gave
to,
you? No, for sure.
It's time to collect.
Get back.
Oh, best believe that.
I paid my dues.
We'll crack jokes all day at the studio, but best believe when I need an 8-bar rap, I already know who I'm finna hit up. I got
Exactly.
a whole list for sure. It's really cool though.
And that's dope that, like, like with KO, you're like, you want me to rap or you want me to say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Because like, you know, the same, like that track, you know, you're spitting on it, you know what I'm
rapping
saying?
on it,
So
for sure.
like it's just crazy that, you know, you're so versatile. So like, do you ever, this is, before I get into asking you about the music moving forward, do you ever find yourself like doing any other endeavors as far as like anything like, because I know you have the Blk Room. Like, do you see yourself doing anything as far as like any other endeavors like that?
Yeah, like the Blk Room's perfect example. Like being black in Chicago and running a business or trying to make things big. I run that with my friend Camila, and Guyan actually helps us with a lot of the stuff that we're doing too.
She's a really
Another
dope
dope
artist.
artist.
Right.
Another dope artist.
Unbelievable artist, more versatile than me. Shit, she'll say an instrument I don't even know the name of. Like she could do everything.
Yeah.
But
So I play that shit.
for real, like you know what I'm saying. But even people think like philanthropy as an artist is like a performance or whatever. But like the Blk Room to me is like a commitment of like what I wanted. You know, when I was younger, I couldn't go to a studio. I couldn't access a mic. Like I'm putting a fucking blanket over my headphones and rapping into GarageBand. Like I'm never ever wishing that ever on anybody.
Right,
Like
yeah.
no, like if we're able to give access to artists to have a space to do something, to have a mic to do something, to have equipment to rehearse, like things like that, like that's a goal of mine that I want to continue to do. However big I get, if I'm even at Beyonce's level, like when I am,
Right.
like
Yeah, when,
that,
yeah.
I want to still be able to give access to people, especially in Chicago. Like it's a whole community of young artists that don't know where to start, that don't know how to do it,
Right.
don't know what to use. So even things like that, like that's a perfect segue. Like not just the business part of that, but like understanding community. As an artist, like you're representing wherever you're coming from. Like if I go to LA and I'm like, I'm from Chicago, then you get the ooh, woo, woo, O Block, whatever, da, da, da. But then people just understand, like, okay, so what else are you up to? And then I say something like the Blk Room. They like, merch it. Like, that's so foreign to have any type of community resources. That's not corny, bro. We not trying to, that's our biggest thing. We not trying to be corny. We trying to be cool as hell. Not trying to be on some, oh yeah, you know, we're, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Hell yeah.
we cool as hell
Yeah,
doing
we
some cool ass
authentic.
shit,
Yeah,
you know?
100.
But definitely, like, want to continue to do that no matter how big I get. Like, I of course, I want to have a hand in, like, being a part of, like, the growth of the youth in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But for sure.
Because I feel like that's huge. You know, community's huge.
For sure.
At the end of the day, community's huge, and being able to be a resource to somebody, I feel like that is really what fulfills people.
For
you know,
sure.
and now we could segue into kind of the final question we always ask, which is like, what are your goals for like the end of this year? You know, like what do you really want to accomplish? Because you've been honestly tearing it up. And
year.
like,
Fucking up the
if
streets.
nobody, if nobody doesn't know your name by now, like, you
Crazy.
know, you're you know what I'm saying? So
You
like,
not online.
exactly.
You not outside. Where are you?
That man do not have Wi-Fi. He not logged in, boy. He not
Do
logged.
not pay they bills.
For real. So what's the goals?
Definitely. Oh my gosh! Like as much as I love doing these shows, I'm trying to work on this album. Oh my God. Like I love doing these shows. I'm excited for this D2X Sunny show.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
28th.
Subterranean, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
up T. That'll be really fun. I have so many more shows coming up that I haven't announced yet, but those are gonna be really cool. I just recently did a film with Respair,
Lit.
and that was for about prison abolition, and it was like this really beautiful film that I was able to be a part of. But like
Are you
having,
acting in it?
yeah.
Oh, lit.
Oh wow.
You guys got to tap in.
You're right.
Y'all-
Damn,
y'all
that's
not
crazy.
tapped in. You're not tapped in. Tonight the artist, tonight the actor.
The actor.
Comedian, actor, rapper. I'm just like, no,
Was it the
not
EGOT?
playing. Like,
The EGOT?
The
Is that what
EGOT.
it is? Yeah,
No
exactly.
bab. The EGOT.
What's that? Emmy,
No,
Grammy, Oscar.
Tony.
Yeah.
All of that.
crazy.
All of that. But yeah, definitely like I want more people to see that. We're gonna do a screening sometime soon.
Perfect.
That'd be really cool for people to see. I really wanna lock in this album. Like that would be such a lie if I said to finish it in December, but cause that's a bold face lie. I said this to somebody else, finna finish and have an album out by November 2023. Like that's so funny. That's hilarious. Like, why did I just lie like that? But if I could really just lock in that album, I have this like really beautiful vision that I really want people. I'm excited for people to see. Collaborating with like all my dogs, you know, continuing to have people see and understand those relationships. I love when people catch like little glimpses of like rapport with the people I collaborate with. Like there was this interview with me and Kami, and it was like us saying we couldn't come up with anything nice about each other. And I was I love that people can see that I'm joking. Like,
I saw that.
Like,
I saw it.
you know what I'm saying? But even people to understand me as a person, to see like, to really understand that as much as I be joking about being cocky, like I'm just confident in my work. And I know that I'm working hard in order to be, or for people to see that. And so I'm excited for more people to see that and be tapped in and not live under the rock that they live in if they not tapped in yet. But definitely. And for my mom to come to a show.
Right, yeah, that would be huge. We need Mama at a show.
Hey, Mama Senite, pull up.
We gotta get you at the show.
She
We need
needs
you at
to
the show.
come. Yeah.
Oh, for real. That's crazy though. But we appreciate you sliding through. And once again, we appreciate you for performing at our show this year. Like it meant so much to us. But yeah, once again, that's Senite. You know what I'm saying? Check for her album shit. Sometime soon or later, you know what I'm saying?
Whenever. Don't rush
the show, man.
For real. But we appreciate you once again.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Senite.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Fresh
it.
Flowers. We out.